Okay, let's begin with our last class what you discussed. Hope everyone can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. This is class 11. Recap. What topic we discussed yesterday? Today is 07/04/2024. What topic we discussed yesterday? We have started the group policy, active directory group policy. Right? We understood that we have two default policies. One is a default domain control policy. Second one is default domain policy. Correct? And it has that is own computer configuration policies, right? For all the only computer configuration policies, right? So this might be asking question interview, what are the policies default being created? The policy would be going to process for in hierarchic way, which is overwriting the policy for the next level. If it is the same setting, call LSDOU. And we have tested to creating a policy, right? 2 3 policy we have created. That policy has to be created under the group policy object, right? We have tested for the one wallpaper. We have created, a restrict for the control panel. Basic level, we understood that how to create a policy, how to configure the policy like user configuration and configure configuration. Then some of the policies are you linked in a domain level or OU level. So certain users or certain OU does not, don't want to apply those policies. You can go ahead with the security filter options. So you need to create a group, add the users on the whom you don't want to apply the policies. So we can, go to that specific policy and then advance options. There you can allow and denied options will be there. Allow and deny, right? So then we discussed about enforcing. What is meant by enforcing? So by default process, group policy process hierarchically, it is overwriting if the same setting. But when you do the enforcing, it won't overwrite. It will be coming the policy. It will show you that is in where it's coming from the top level. Block inheritance, it will be stop applying the policy from the top level. It's a blocking inheritance. It will apply. It will apply the policy only where you have done for the block inheritance, right? So it will be coming the blue color, exclamatory. So you would be seeing that is in when you see the enforcing the locking symbol. So you can, after seeing that is in the locking, okay, icon will come. Then you can say this is block inheritance, sorry, enforcing, and it's a exclamatory, okay. The symbol will come that is in immediately that, after block inheritance, right? It's a blue color, right? Just identification purpose, you would be seeing that is in. After that, we discussed your policy would be how you getting replicated, right? We have a 10 domain controller, 20 domain controller on that domain. If you created any of the policy, one of the domain controller, it should be get replicated to all the DCs. When we talk about the replications, it is the two type of, right? One way is a group policy container, which just comes under from the activity database. Second one is a group policy templates, comes under from the sysvol folder. Yesterday we discussed what the sysvol folder has, that is in a two part. One is a local domain controller. where we can see the SQL and Windows sysvol, as well as centrally you want to see this domain level, right? If sysvol is down, how we can fix it? Yes, we can fix it. So we need to have that sysvol. It is not like downing. It is sysvol folder might be mismatching due to the replication ratio. It won't be called as a down, right? If the domain control is down, then it's down. That's it. Sysvol folder would be always available. So we need to make sure that is in all the domain controllers. Sysvol folder should be up to date, because you are creating any policy, there is a unique ID will be created each policy. The same name of the unique ID, the same name of the unique ID folder will be created under the sysvol folder. So if that folder is not up to date, then that domain control is not getting that policies. You have to make sure that you can use the PowerShell scripting to see that is in, if you have a multiple domain controller, all the domain controller sysvol folder should be the same count. If one of the domain controller sysvol folder is mismatching, then immediately go and check it why that folder was not updated due to any reason. So troubleshooting has to be started. So same things, continue with that replications. All the settings by default group policy settings, right? Where we can see the computer configuration, user configuration, administrative templates, control panel, right? The desktop, all the settings what we have seen that is in, those are all folders coming from the by default policy definition. This policy definition has in your local domain controller. In this policy definition, we have that is in two type of file. One is called as a ADMX file, that is called as a configuration. Second one is a ADML file called as a language file. So we stopped the class yesterday. If we need to do for custom or some browser related, some software related, some application related to manage from the group policy, how we wanted to manage it. Today we'll be going to talk about, right? That is topic called as a policy definition. So far we discussed yesterday. Anyone has any questions before I talk about this policy definition, how it works? This is most important topic. We can also look into that is in all the group policy settings coming from where and how to update centrally, right? Centrally, right? Anyone has any question? Good to go. All right, so let's go to the my lab, Google Cloud. Okay, so these three machines we would need: additional domain controller, client one. Let's start the machine. Now, what is the best practice and recommendation in the production environment? Group policy by default, all the group policy settings, okay, group policy settings, right, are in settings are coming from locally. Okay, so we need to manage all settings should be come from centrally. What do you mean by this? As I said, policy definition has the all the group policy folders, right? The whatever we see that gpmc.msc, when you open the create a group policy, when you edit the policy, you see that computer configuration, user configuration. Under the user configuration and the computer configuration, you have the lot of folders are there. right? The folders are desktop, control panel, right? And each folder, when you click, you can see the right side, all the not configured settings are there. Those are all coming from where? Those are all coming from the group policy definition. And this group policy definition is in a local domain controller, right? It is coming in the local domain controller, C:\, Windows policy definition. The folder name called as a policy definition. So how do we manage this centrally? If I need to manage a Chrome related, right? Policy definition. If I wanted to manage a Chrome related browser from group policy, but by default, we does not have any settings, any folder in my group policy. If I do the DC1 or any of the additional domain controller, okay, what you need to do, you need to download policy definition of for Google Chrome, right? Chrome. So what is the policy definition you need to download here, which is called ADMX file and ADML file, which is one is a configuration file and one is a language file. So now this ADMX file and ADML file, what you need to do, you need to copy this file. One is C:\, Windows policy definition. Here you can copy for ADMX, which is configuration file. For the language file, you need to inside the same path you have, that is in one more folder called as EU language file. There you can copy that ADML file. So the moment you copy these two for the Chrome related, now you can go and check the group policy, one of the which domain controller you have copied, gpmc.msc. Just see the Chrome related folders are coming or not. Okay, let's see this. I'm going to connecting one of the domain controller. How you can bring a custom group policy definitions in a group policy console, right? You getting what I'm trying to explaining here, everyone? Understanding?
Yes.
This topic is most important. Interview point of view, it is very important. Okay, so this question will ask surely, right? How do I? So everyone know that how to create a policy, how to configure the policy. If certain required from the production environment or business point of view, they need to manage for some software or applications by from the group policy. Then how do we use it? So we should tell them we need to get the definition file from the vendor. So the vendor will provide us for the ADMX and ADML file. So we need to copy it, right? How we need to do that? Let's see this practical. Sorry.
Sir, we should copy those files in the primary domain controller or any domain controllers.
I'll tell you that you can do it any domain controller, but if you do the domain controller, right, it would be in a locally. So as I said, there is a two way. One is as of now, when you do the one of the domain controller this place, right? So what's happening? The policy will, the settings will come under this particular domain controller. But when you go to the other domain controller, additional domain controller, can you see this? I copied for the local domain controller this. And second, if I go and check the additional domain controller, can I see the Chrome related?
Sir,
No,
maybe
right?
it will do the replication.
No, it won't do the replication for the C:\, folder.
Okay.
This won't be replicated. This is my local domain controller, right? DC1 here, example, right? Let me show you here how it works. Okay, see this. I am into the group policy management, gpmc.msc. Right? So most important, remember, more see in your production, right? In a production environment, if you see like that, open the one of the group policy object, one of the policy, right click and edit. You can make it this little scrolled right. Just concentrate here. If you open these policies, right, go to the policies, go to the policy user configuration, administrative template, computer configuration, and administrative template user configuration. Just see this, scroll right. What is coming here? Administrative template policy definitions ADMX file retrieved from the local computer. Administrative template policy definition ADMX files retrieved from the local computer. What do you mean by this? The whatever folders are there here, right? Whatever folders are there, whatever folders are coming from the policy definitions, which is ADMXL file, correct? It should not be local, it should not be like that. In a production, infrastructure point of view, in office, right? In any project you are handling in active infrastructure, if you go and see that your policy says like that, it is not right. It should say, what is that? Retrieved from centrally. Okay, retrieved from the centrally. So how to do the centrally, right? All the settings come from the centrally. We need to manage this by default. All the group policy settings, which is the administrative template, ADMX file, which is comes under the policy definition, correct? Coming from the locally. So it is in a production point of view not right, not recommended. Why it is not recommended? If you do any changes in your local computer, what is that happening here? Now, do you see any Chrome related here in this administrative template for the computer configuration and user configuration? Do you see? No, right?
No.
How we need to bring that Chrome related? You need to go to the Google, find that. You can type that is in policy definition for group policy definition. ADMX file you can talk about. ADMX file for Chrome. Okay. ADMX file for Chrome. Now see the relevant ADMX file for the administrative tool. Just use the one of the Chrome related. Okay. The URL should be the Chrome. Right. See this Chromium policy template. The reference URL should follow that is in Chrome only. The Chrome portal, Chrome browser should give us the details. Okay. Here it is. You can just go to the policy template. Now here it is a file. There are two type of the template available, ADM and ADMX template. You will want to verify the template, type that net. You can just click on this. Okay, it's downloading here. Example. It's downloaded. Right. So what you can do, you can extract for this here. Copy this. You can just put into the C drive, some other place for the extracting. just complete this copying. So major settings, major folders comes under for the administrative template. When you see like that, it is not a recommended one. Okay. So how you wanted to make centrally, we will discuss that. Okay. Right. Right click here, extract all. Right. Now you can use it for the Windows. You can see this ADMX. Here it is a Chrome ADMX. Okay. Copy this ADMX this into where? C colon Windows policy definition. Right. Here I can paste that ADMX file. Right. And same things. Go to language file, ADML file. Right. You can go back to the Windows. Just see this ADM and US. You see this ADML file. Copy this and same things you can paste into the ENUS and paste it for the ADML file. So just two file I have copied. What is that? Chrome ADMX, right? Chrome file and the Chrome file, right? Same things of the any software or applications you wanted to manage, ask them to these two file required. Now you copied into the policy definition. C colon Windows policy definition. One is language file and one is a configuration file. Now you can come back in your group policy setting, right? Where we have seen this. Just to refresh it. Enter the group policy. You can see that it's updating now quickly. Chrome update. See this? Or you can just close this and reopen this console and refresh it. You can close this path. Okay. Now refresh it here. Done. Open that any of the policy. Right click, edit. Policy. Administrative template. User configuration policies. A appropriate resource could not be found while the definition chrome.admx. So it is not copied. Let's see this. You don't see this, Chrome related, right? So what is that file here? You can verify once again. C colon Windows folder policy template. Okay, ADMX file we have taken from the ADMX and language file we have taken from the.
Sir, in language file, the extension is ADML, should be ADML, but you have
ADML,
copied
correct.
it.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
correct. It is coming from the ADM only, right? Let's
yes,
see
it
this.
is only ADM. Yeah.
Here it is. Okay, you can see this ADML, right? It is a ESU, right? What is the language file here? ENUS, right? This one is take this ADML, not for the ADM. Okay, so go back into this and same place, and you need to paste into the same C colon Windows policy definition, right? ENUS, remove this Chrome one, ADM, right? ADM, remove this and paste it for the ADML. Okay, now come back here, close this. Now you can repeat, close this and reopen this group policy committee. Okay, who is this? Can you go and mute it? Azad. Okay. gpmc.msc. Right? Okay. Now refresh this. After refreshing, open the group policy object, go upon the one of the policy, edit. Computer configuration policies, add message template. Do you see the Chrome related folder now? Do you see the Chrome related folder, both user configuration and computer configuration? Google Chrome, Google Chrome, Google Chrome, Google Chrome, correct?
Yes, it is there.
Now, see this, if customer asking, I need to manage from the group policy Google Chrome for the computer configuration, go to the Google Chrome and see these are all folder get updated. If any relevant you wanted to use generate AI, there's a settings here and you can do it. All the settings. Now observe here carefully. I have copied in this domain controller DC1. Do I get the same settings, same folder in a additional domain controller?
Yes.
Sir,
Do I get the same settings, same folder in a additional domain controller?
Yes.
Yes or no?
No.
no, sir.
Multiple answers, right?
Because it is
We will
copied
get
in the
because
local file.
Why yes, why?
CSWAL replication is
Sorry?
there, so CSWAL folder has been replicated on all the DCs, so it should be there on other DCs as well.
No, it is not. We have not touched with this. We have not touched with the sysvol, right? We're not. We have not touched any of the sysvol folder. Huh.
Sir, I think your voice is breaking.
Sysvol folder for what? Your group policy? Your group policy?
No, the other one.
Okay. Wait 1 second. Hello. Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Right. Okay. Thank you. Right. Let's see this. I'm just opening this additional domain controller. Okay. Let me go that. One. The answer is getting for the multiple. Yes, I know. What would be the right answer here? You won't be able to see, right? Because here local domain control is DC1 domain control,
Yeah, your voice is breaking.
right? Take
Need
this public IP address. That's what. So, okay, let me just revalidate it 1 second. Additional domain controller. Guys, how about now that voice is clear? I don't know, some between network is getting slow. Is it okay?
It is fine now. It is better.
Okay, okay, good. Right, now see that I'm logging to the additional domain controller. Okay, I'll go to the same G group policy management console, then see that is I'm getting or not. Additional domain controller, public IP address. And connect this server. I say yes. How about now? I hope it's now restored this network. Okay. Now open the gpmc.msc. All right, let's see this DC1 in the computer configuration. We see this all Chrome, right? And the user configuration, we see this. If I go to the additional domain controller, if you go to the domain, go to the nil.edu group policy object. If you open any of the group policy, right click, edit, edit. Now see this policies, administrative template. Do we have that is in my Chrome here? Do you have the Chrome here?
No.
Why? Why it is not coming? DC1 has that is Chrome here and ADC is not there. Why? Because see this ADMX file retried from the local computer.
Local computer. Okay. Got
So
this.
it is coming, it is taking from their his own C:\Windows policy definition. It is not taking centrally. And since that ADMX file we have copied in this local machine C:\Windows, it is local computer. That's what I said. Recommendation is should not be local computer. Now I have copied here policy definition in this policy definition folder. How do I make this centrally? To make the centrally, what you need to do, this policy definition folder, C:\Windows, C:\Windows, policy definition, C:\Windows, policy definition folder must be copied. Entire folder I'm talking about must be copied to central location. Where is the central location? Our group policy updating / neil.edu sysvol folder, right? And neil.edu domain, you can paste it here. Or under the policies, you need to paste it here. You should, the place is not for here, under the policies. The moment you paste this policy definition folder in this location, remember, you can also go and check it in your infrastructure. Policy definition must be copied under the this place. So once you copied that policy definition folder, since the group policy is replicated with the help of sysvol, now your administrative template settings should come, it should show as a centrally. The policy definition folder you copied in a domain / sysvol / policy / there you see this in policy definition. Now you can close this, exit and refresh it here. And same things, go to the ADC, close this and refresh this. Now you can see this, any of the policies setting, group policy, go to this, any of the policy, edit, the administrative template, retrieve from the centrally, it should give the result centrally, policies, administrative template. See, this is the recommendation. This is actual needed. Now, when it is retrieved from the center store, it means if your any policy definition wanted to be updated, should not be a local domain controller C:\Windows policy definition, must be updated under the any new policy definitions coming, and you should be going to update here. Go to the policy definition folder, copy the ADMX file and copy the language file here. Right now you can see the additional domain controller. Go to the additional domain controller. Earlier it was not there. Even though this C:\Windows policy definition is not there, you will be able to see this Chrome. See the Chrome here. This is main point to understand all the folders, all the definition file should come to the to updating all the domain controller. It must, your policy definition must be copied in a centrally, and all the settings should be comes for the all the domain controller. Retried any of the domain controller in the domain, your administrative template policy definition, it should show as a central, not for the local. If it is showing the local, there is a issue within your issue means what? If you do one of the policy definition in one local domain controller, if you copy it there and you are expecting to the get updated, it won't. If anything you want to do the troubleshooting, it will not be help until this policy definition copied into centrally. Right? If you go to the additional domain controller, same things. Do you see that is policy definition able to see in this place? Additional domain controller, C:\Windows policy definition. You won't be able to see that, right? Chrome. Do you see this local machine? No, right? And this is coming from where? It's coming from right click, / your domain name / sysvol domain and your policies, policy definitions. So in the production, anything additional, if the software want to manage your from the group policy, applications you want to manage from the group policy, ask them to provide a ADMX and ADML file and copy in this central location. Simple. Once you copied, it will be get updated to the all the domain control. Clear? Understood, everyone? Guys, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is an important topic in group policy. Okay, you should be just to have a practice from when you're doing the policies. So apart from this, some other advanced level configurations part. So we understood that is in all the administrative templates configurations coming from the centrally, right? Now few features are additionally added. Now we were talking about policy linking to the particular OU, right? And particular OU, right? And domain. Ultimately, you are ending with or affecting with that users and computers, correct? Now there is a requirement. I wanted to policy so no matter who are using for the Windows 10 operating system, all the who are using the Windows 10 operating system, this policy should be applied. Or whoever using the Dell laptop, and this policy should be applied. But these Windows 10 and the Dell laptop or HP laptop are across location. These are all not for the OU related, right? Yes or no? This Windows 10 operating system, you have that is in a Bangalore location, BLR, and here you have that is in IT. Here you have that HR. You have that is in finance, right? You are not policy managing by OU level, but we need a policy to. There is a one single update. We wanted to immediately update this Windows 10 operating system. Only Windows 10. Whichever users are there, those users are using whoever using Windows 10 operating system, this specific policy applied. But these Windows 10 are having multiple OUs. How do you apply this policy? Are you going to apply multiple OUs? And same things, a Dell laptop across domain, these laptop, specific hardware module, Dell laptop, multiple OUs are there. So how do you apply it? Right? Yes or no? Such requirement come to you, you can use for the WMI filtering. What do you mean by WMI here? Windows Management Instrumentation. So we have created one control panel access restrict, right? Control panel access restrict. Now this policy for only apply to the Windows 10 operating system, not for the OU level. So how do you do that? With the help of this WMI filtering, we need to write a query. The query will be available in Google. No need to worry about it. Whatever query you needed, you can just type the WMA filter for Windows 10 or any other operating system. The ready-made query will get it. So that query you can configure it. How do you do this? Say for example, go to the Google. Now I would need for the Windows 10 related, Windows 10 operating system related WMI query. WMA query for Windows 10. Okay. Create a WMA filter for the GPU. You can use it. Any requirement for the hardware related, any requirement for the software related, configurations point of view you wanted to manage, you can use it for the WMI filtering. So you will get the WM filtering query here, right? So you can see this, select start star from Windows 32 operating system where version like 6. 6 means what? This query will return to the computer running Windows 8, Windows 7, Windows Vista, Windows 2012. It is not a Windows 10 related, right? It's a 6.2. 6.2, what it is here? Windows 7, Windows 8, and server operating system domain, not for the domain controller, right? This is also not applicable. And 6.2 product type 1. See this is coming from the 2012 domain controller. We would need for that is in Windows 10 related WMI query, right? Windows 10. You can use it. It should be 6.7 something is their version number, and we should get it correct syntax, correct query. Otherwise, it won't take it. Okay. See this? Select the start from Windows 32 operating system where captions Microsoft Windows 10 Enterprise. Right? Or select from Windows 32 operating system where like versions 10 and operating system SKU is 27. It is not required, just you can use it for this. Okay. So you will get this query. It means across the domain, you wherever policy you linked that, it will find it. The query will be identified that if it is your policy in a particular OU, link the particular OU. On that OU, no matter how many users are using Windows 10 operating system, it will search it and only this policy will applied on that user who use the Windows 10 operating system, not for the everyone. How to do? You can go to the policy, for example. Now I'll go to the client machine for the testing. Take this copy. This client operating system for it is not a Windows 10, correct? It is a server operating system. Now, if I log into the domain user, which we have already linked this policy control panel restrict, right? Let me log into the username, which OU we have linked it for the restriction, group policy, sorry, control panel restriction, restrict control panel BLR, which user we have restricted. Okay, you can remove this enforcing, remove this block inheritance. Okay, HR, Bangalore HR we have applied, right? There's no CHN. Here is also we linked overall Bangalore, all the users we have linked it, right? Now you can log in one of the user Bangalore OU for the client system, HR user or any of the user, because we have applied for the top level OU and we have applied the HR also. Okay, let's log into the HR user. Domain name BLR underscore HR underscore 001. Password. Okay, so I logged into the client machine here. Now if I try to open the control panel, should I able to access control panel now? How it is accessing? Oh, can anyone tell me why it is accessing? Anyone tell me why it is accessing for HR user? Policy I have linked here.
We already allowed deny function. for that.
Ah, remember, see this, right? We should remove this, not required. Okay, under this, who are there? Member, see this? Getting my point? So I should remove this, not needed.
This is I think security filtering.
Filtering, correct, right. Now I remove the security filter. That's what you're able to accessing, right? The policy is not applied. Now update this group policy update. Okay, GP update, CMD, GP update, force. Let me log off and re-log in this machine. And log in this machine again back. I'm going to log in with the same user. Who's that? Nail slash PLR underscore HR underscore 001 and password. Or type the control panel or restricted. Correct? Now, what is this operating system? This operating system is
Windows Server.
Windows Server. If you see the property, it won't allow you. See this? Okay.
Can we use the command winver?
Yeah, that's what. System info. Sorry. What is this? Okay. 2019 data center. Now policy is linked to OU level. Hence that user level policy has been applied and you are not able to accessing this client machine. But now this policy should apply only for Windows 10. How to do this? We can use for the WMI filter. So WMI filter, how to use it? Go to the gpmc.msc. Right? There is a WMI filter. See this? So what you want to do? You need to create it. New. First, you need to WMI filter, create it, and now you can link it where you which policy you want to be refer it. Okay, give the name. Name you can give that is in control panel, restrict. For Windows 10 operating system only. Okay. And copy this. And I wanted to write the query. The query you need to carefully take it from the Google. Okay. Select start from Windows 32 operating system where version like 10. Copy this. And paste it here. Click on add and paste this. Click OK and save it. Right, you created for the WMA query. For which policy you want to refer it? For which policy you want to refer it? The query has been written here, right? And you can go to the restrict control panel policy and scroll down. There is a WMA filter here. So what you want to do? You can scroll down here. You can just select your WMA filter is created and say yes. Now your policy created linked to the Bangalore OU and HR OU. By default, understanding that every user should be get policy applied. But you created WMA filter, says a query only apply the policy for Windows 10. I don't have any of the operating system Windows 10 in my environment. Policy should apply or not applied. Policy should apply, not applied.
No, sir.
No, right? Because I don't have any Windows 10. So by seeing people surprising that they might be not seeing this query for the particular policy, but only thinking about, okay, why it is not applying. Now come back and see the same computer here, which earlier I was able to without security filtering, right? Without security filtering and without this thing, now you can log off this machine. I should be able to access or not? I should be able to access control panel. Yes or no?
Yeah, should be.
Right. Let's see. Spelling mistake. Ah. See, getting my point? What is the WMF filtering here? If you're not seen the WMF filter, what is the default understanding here? Policy is applied here. Why it is not applying? Right? And sometimes you have to scroll down, then only you see the WM. Otherwise, by default, if you're keeping this console, people will not come to the not observing for. Always remember policy.
Mhm.
If you have any WM filters there or not, you can cross check this. Each policy, just see this, any policy is WM filter is enabled or not. Each policy, any, updated or not, right? Always you need to keep in mind. This WMF filter will help you too for all the hardware related, operating system related, right? A model, specific hardware model related you wanted to, you can write the query. Say for example, I need for the WMF filter for a specific model, right? HP model, Dell laptop. See this? So think about, there is one bug is identified from the Dell. They wanted to quickly update some patch, specific model, right? And all the Dell laptop you need to quickly update. We can't go and find that which user is having what laptop they are using, right? Let group policy can manage it and let them identify who are using that Dell laptop and update it. Yes or no? See this? The specific Dell query, WMA query. The WM query is giving you, it will give the everything. Okay, not only Dell. See this? Manufacturing is Dell. Select from Windows 32 operating system where manufacturer like, and specific model also. He wanted to implement some policy in a specific model. See this? Query, HP, Lenovo, right? Hyper-V, VMware, operating system Windows. Okay, this is a good URL. I'll put this, in this notepad. So might ask you question interview in, how do I manage it for my all the hardware related if my requirement come to, to implement for the specific hardware level or specific operating system level? How do I do that? Possible? Yes or no?
Yes, it is possible.
Right. Okay. Now, so we have understood that is in policy, creating policy, deleting policy, managing group policy, everything. Major good administrator can, if you know the group policy concept, he will be managing for the entire infrastructure. So you should be aware about, you should be managing for all aspect. You should not have denied or due to the lack of skills on group policy. Everything is be possible. Most of the cases, infrastructure point of view, most of the cases are implemented and resolve the issues by using group policy. So any policy you open here, you will be seeing the right side, there are some options. Scope, right? Always you see the scope. This policy is where is the coming this? Is it enforced or not? Is it link enable or not? And is coming the path. Say for example, this is restrict control panel for Bangalore. Now the location here, this is policy has a link to the two location. One is BLR and one is HR. One is BLR and one HR. See this. By selecting this policy, you would be able to see here and see where it is linked this policy. Is it any policy enforced? So domain level policy is enforced. See this? Enforced and domain level policy. This policy has been linked to three locations. This policy linked three locations. One is domain here and is enforced, lock symbol, and one policy linked, same policy linked to the Bangalore OU, and policy is linked for the HR. Location will show you if the policy is enforced. If say yes, it will tell you that yes or no. Link enable, yes, both the locations are link enable. Say for example, now I will remove this enforce It's removed here. And if I will unlink, see this policy should be exist here, but I will say uncheck this one. That's all. The changes you see this, but there is a difference. If the policy can see here, doesn't mean this policy is linked. No. See this? It is checkbox should be enabled. Now you can see this link enabled say no's, but people will confuse. If the policy can see in this place, they think about is linked. Correct? Yes or no? They think about policy. I can see the policy here domain. I think it's linked. No, it is not enabled. You should also observe for this linked or not, enabled or not, and see this link enabled or not. And complete path would be complete path is where it is this BLR, where is the HR, where is this completely give this the history, the entire path it will give you that is in this policy, where is linked, what is the location, how many OUs are linked, what is that location, what is that enforcing, and is policy has been linked or not. Policy can see here, but it is not linked. It will tell you that is in yes or no. Right? And when you click on the details, it will give you this detailed information. Your each policy it will give this tab. You should aware about this tab. Each policy, scope, details. Details is the your domain name, who should be the owner, group policy management, group policy, maintaining who has the access of the domain administrator access, or group policy administrator access. By default, you have the one group called as a group policy. Go to the dsa.msc. By default, domain administrator can manage this group policy creation, group policy deletion, group policy all aspect. You see this group policy creator owner. If you are a member of this user, and you will have that is in that access for the member of this group can modify group policy for the domain. Instead of giving you the entire domain administrator, they can make a member of this group policy creator owners, right? Who has access, who is the owner of this. When this policy has been created, when it was modified, right? What are the user configuration? What are the computer configuration? And this was get updated in the sysvol folder. And unique ID has been created by default, and the same folder name would be created under the sysvol. And GPU status is enabled under the detail. And instead of going to the edit setting, you can see here only settings. What are the settings they have configured? Computer configuration, user configuration report will be generated here. You can able to see, but it is not editable here. But you wanted to edit, you have to go with right click and edit it. User configuration, you can see the policy, what and where they have configured. But you can't edit it, but you wanted to edit, you can right click here, edit it, and then go to this path and do whatever you want changes, and accordingly it's get updated. It will just give the summary of this, what was that report has been settings reported. So delegation we discussed, where you want to do for your security filtering, you can enable it, deny and access and allow status. The status, this page shown you the status of active directory sysvol replication for this domain. It relates the group policy. Status detail dc1.new. Is a baseline domain controller of this domain. By default, any policy you created, any of the domain controller, it first go and update in your primary domain controller. The PDC responsibilities. Okay, any group policy changes done, the first update under the PDC. So then PDC has a responsibility to go and update for the other domain controller. That's one of the responsibilities of the PDC called as a primary domain controller for the FSMR roles, which is called as a PDC domain, primary domain controller. Okay, so these are all main looking for who are managing, administrating your server and group policy. You should aware about how many group policy object is created, and what are these policies are linked. If you are difficulty to find in a GUI, you will get from the PowerShell script. You'll get the from the PowerShell script. You should get it from the whichever policy. If you go to the Google PowerShell script for group policy, enable status, group policy details. Okay. You see this? Get group policy. So you should aware about these are all. If someone asks you, can you give me the report? How many policies are there? How do you do that? Right click here. You don't see that is in any export and import here, right? So someone asks you, I would need for the in my entire domain, how many policies are there? I would like to know the how many policies are there, right? See this? Get GPO hyphen all. Your domain name is this. Say for example, copy this. You wanted to give this. Nil.edu, right? Copy this. Go to the PowerShell. See this, you will get or not. See this. So you wanted to do this pipeline, export hyphen CSV, C colon path. Okay. C colon. You can create a folder. Temp folder. Temp slash here, policy details. And no type information, right? Hit enter. So report is generated. Now take this temp folder. You have this group policy CSV file, policy detail, copy and just see this in my machine. Paste it here and open this policy detailed CSV file, right? I give the CSV file, export hyphen CSV. Oh, I should give the extension, right? Detail.csv, right? Yes or no? The extension I should provide it, CSV. Okay. Now see this, the CSV file has been generated. This is the one. Copy this. And paste it. This will be opening within Excel sheet, right? That Excel format, CSV. See this? Policy detail. We should be aware about, right? We should not be again go and check one by one, right? Some little more. I would suggest over there in this class, please learn PowerShell as well. It's the most important and mandatory to have everyone PowerShell knowledge. Okay.
Neil, what is the difference between these two reports? When we execute the GP result command, in that also we can get it on the notepad format.
Yes. That is the result of the policy. This is information of the policies. How many policies are there? If I ask you, someone ask you
Mhm.
how many, it is not ask you the result of the policy. When you go to the
Right.
particular computer, what kind of policy is applied, it will give the result. But you are
Mhm.
looking for entire domain level. What are the policies has been created?
Okay.
It's an administrator work, right?
Right.
A
So
customer,
that get GPO command we can execute only from the domain controller, right? Not
correct.
from any of the member server. Okay.
You can run it member server if you have access. The policy can you get it, right? You can run that, but you should have access for that. That, as I said, uh, administrative tool should be installed.
The
What is that?
RSAT one.
RSAT, correct,
Yeah.
correct.
Okay. So if we have RSAT installed on any of the server, we can get this result on
Yes,
from the member
yes,
server as
yes,
well.
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. See this display name. These are the policy created, and these are
Yeah.
the your unique ID, right? And what are
Mhm.
this you have? And you don't want to do this all tab or this thing, you can restrict there. Domain name, owner, right? And you don't
Mhm.
need this. You can make it some smaller than. It's giving you all default one, but I
Mhm.
wanted to only for uh, this only 3 tab. What is those? Display name, path. You need only these two. You can get those result. But ultimately you should know that is how do I get a report
Right.
when it was modified, when it was created, all the informations you will get it. WM filter is enabled or not. See this? Everything is gives the result. Getting? And if I wanted to find which policy, we got to know this many policies, but how many policies are linked? How many policies are not linked? When you talk about decommission point of view or cleanup activity, there are multiple policies are created, but they are not linked it. The more you policy created, the more fold will be created under sysvol. Correct?
Right.
So why should we keep those folder unnecessarily if this policy is not linked? So we should have the cleanup activity, correct? So we
Mhm.
need to get the report which are policies are created and linked, or you can say are empty. And some of the policies are empty configuration. I would need for the empty configuration and not linked policy. You just policy created and you kept like that only without any configuration done. Empty configuration. Example like that. You just created the policy, but I don't see any of the configuration here. It's empty only. See this? Why should we keep this kind of policy in my environment? Correct? Unnecessarily, this folder will be created under my sysvol folder. So we wanted to identify which are policies are empty and which are policies are not linked or not applied. Getting? we
Yes.
should we should get this kind of, we should get ready with all the available script. You should be having that sometime asking questions to that is when you are in the call or when you are in supporting for in a critical activity. We should aware about this. We should not raise our hand, no we don't know how to get it, right? Get the
Mhm.
policy, empty policy, get the PowerShell script for empty policy. So everything is available in Google, but only we need to just, okay, we need to just find the right requirement. Right, you can search it later for guys. This you can, this is a way I'm going to give you that managing for entire group policy administrator, right? See this? There is little script they have written. All for each item in GPUs, the computer equal to 0 and user. See this computer versions equal to 0 and user versions equal to 0 and give me this policy. Right? See this? Simple. Computer version, computer configuration and user configuration where you see the version 0, then give me the result is which are policies are there, right? PowerShell. You can use this extension. And we should be very strong, very confident and strong knowledge on group policy. Whenever your infrastructure point of view leading, right? You should be aware about this. How do we manage it? Okay. See this GPU OS is a variable get hyphen GPU all for each item in GPUs. If item dot computer DS versions equal to 0 and $item dot user DS version equal to 0, both are 0, then give me that is in these are the policy or empty. Okay, execute this policy. See, test is empty, Chrome update is empty, test 123 is empty, test 1234 is empty. These are the policy identified empty policy. These are the policy we just created and these are all just simply empty policy. Can we get the details? Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? You wanted to make this report. If you, that's what I'm saying. You, everyone, whoever in this class, please plan for PowerShell learning also. So you might be not understanding that is why they are use it. If you know the PowerShell and after getting this script, you should be able to modify it based on requirement. Clear? All right. So one more important topic in policy backup and restore. How to take a backup and restore? We have these many policies are there, and I wanted to manage again this policy backup and restore also managed by using PowerShell, but you can manage for this GUI as well. If I create this policy on one of the under the temp, if you are create a folder called as a GPU backup, okay, you can put into the one of the location backup. You need to save this folder. Okay, permission. Okay. So this is required for two path where you need to remember whatever sysfile folders are there, all the policy is getting backup. Now right click on this group policy object, backup all, and you need to give that location where you wanted to keep the policy. Okay. And what is the description you wanted to? All policies are backup, all group policy backup. Okay. Enter the name of the folder. We have done it. Say take the backup. And it's going to take the backup here. All the policies one by one. How many policies are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See this? All succeeded. So 8 GPUs are successfully backed up. Click OK. Now you will go to that folder, temp folder, group policy backup, and you would be see this. All the policies been backed up. Now, if you deleted one of the policy accidentally, say for example, I have deleted this wallpaper. Remember, if policy is deleted from the linked policy where you linked, okay. If you removed from here, okay, you're going to link. If you remove from here, I am just deleting here, difference here. It won't be deleting from the group policy object. But if you're deleting a policy from the group policy object, it is deleting wherever you linked it. It will tell you, do you want to delete the policy, all links it in the domain. This will not be delete the link in other domain. So you deleting from the group, carefully you need to do for when you're deleting the policy from the group policy object. If you're deleting from wherever you link the policy, it's everywhere, it's a remove it. Now this is going to remove from there, gone. But when you restore the policy, it will restore under the group policy object, and manually you need to go and link the policy. It won't automatically link the policy where it was. Right click here. Now I have deleted the policy for control access one. Now you wanted to restore back. Right click here, manage backup. Now which policy you have deleted, you know that. What was that policy we deleted? Restrict computer. Right? Or you wanted to show that is latest versions of policy, also you can click on that, it will list out here. And what is the path of the backup here? And select this and you can say restore. So these are all interview point of view, productions point of view, you should aware about how do you handle this all the policies.
Sir, if I am not sure which policy I deleted, how can I know?
That must be right. It will give the list up. You should be aware about. It will give the list out here. See this? If you're not knowing that which policy deleted, then how do we know that which policy we need to restore? Can you restore everything? No. We should aware about what policy was deleted.
Do you have any option like recycle bin? It is going to
That is recently deleted. You can find it. But this will not come to the in a recycle binary. Now we revert back that, that policy what we have deleted. Which one is restrict, but it won't link to the where. You have to do the manually, go and link the policy. Right click, link existing policy. You can see this. Right? Now you wanted to see this recently deleted policy from the PowerShell. How do you find it? Okay. Script for recent deleted policy. Right?
Sir, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Like, if you're talking about PowerShell, so if some interviewer asks me like, what is the PowerShell script to find group policy? So we need to run, like, we need to learn all the scripts, like the whole paragraph.
No, learn the PowerShell technologies, but once you know that, you can handle anything.
No, I mean, like, if there are so many things in the PowerShell scripts, so we need to learn all, like, all paragraph or all the languages.
No, what I'm saying, say for example, we should understand that, say for example, today we have started one PowerShell batch. Okay. What you want to learn here? PowerShell means what? See this? You no need to learn anything from the any AD related, but first understand the PowerShell. What is that? What is the commandlet? Okay. And this is what we discussed. The summary of this policy, see this? Let me just show you this. Okay. See this? Each commandlet, what is the parameter? How to find the parameter? Ask help to the PowerShell. PowerShell update help. Okay, no matter your Citrix, your VMware, your Windows, you should need the commandlet, right? So you have the 4 consoles in PowerShell. If I wanted to get the event log, want to see the process services, how do I get it? First, I need to get the command, right? And after the command, if you get that is in each command, you should get that is in what is the parameter that is start with hyphen. This you have to learn it. So once you aware about, see for example, find all the commandlet which are containing word with network. Simple. So this you understood the logic of the PowerShell. Then see everything is available in Google. Only when you pick that script in from the Google, so we should know that is in what they have written. What are the terminology? What are the things they have written? See this. This is one of the variable $150 get hyphen child item. It is a commandlet path where it's going to the path here, right? Where hyphen object is a commandlet property last read time. This is one of the string value, right? So when they have, but we they have given the 150 days, we can change in our requirement, right?
Okay. So
So
we need to give the answer to interviewer like
ha
commandlets and all these things,
exact
pipeline.
X pipeline, looping statement, variables, how they are working. All if you understood the concept, then you will
Yeah.
be able to handle it everything.
Okay.
The confident is most important. So I am not a code writer. I'm not a developer, right? But
Yeah.
I know how the PowerShell script works. Within 1 minute, I went to the Google, I find it, and if the requirement come to, can you give me that all the group policy result? Yes, we can give that. Go to the, you see everything ready made, right? In a Google only, but we need to have a skill to find from the Google, and you achieve it, and you can write it, and you can get it. This is
Okay.
actually no, you can demand by based on your skill, you can demand the more package because you are performing well. Maximum people are no lack of confidence of skill, they won't talk much, right? But we should, you know, knowing the things, we should know that how to uh, reach that goal, right? See this domain name, users are there, and get hyphen WM object. This is domain filter, SAM account name, include deleted of. See this deleted object is deleted. Last noun. See this name deleted. If you just take this domain name, you can type the domain name here. DC equal to Neil, DC equal to .edu, right? Copy this example. PowerShell. Okay, change it. See this we should aware about, right? Edu, and this is for Neil, correct? Yes or no? You should give this detail. When you executed this, enter the login name user, administrator.
So that means we need to run the first liner only, right?
Right. Just selected now. Okay.
Basic commandlets and
You should then we know that because script is always available for the Google, right?
yeah.
So this
Okay.
confident we should aware about. See login name user, administrator.
Concept should be clear. Yeah.
Ah. So now I hope you are getting more confident compared to in the last 4 5 weeks, correct?
Yes. Yes. Right. Yes.
See, the result is not come, but it is no. But again, we need to some look into that is why it is okay. So dollar user dollar domain right equal to SAM account. It's asked you all these things. So everything is possible, but only we should have some confidence to do that. Okay.
Sir, can we install Google Chrome by using GPO?
Yeah, you can do it. That is called as a so in a group policy, in a group policy software installation using group policy limitation. It is you should have only for MSI package. Okay, it will not take you. It will not take you that .exe. So if you go to this Google Chrome, MSA package. First you download it. Okay. You can take this WinZip MSI package instead of the Google Chrome. I don't know you have this MSI. I would need MSI. Let's see this. Okay. 64-bit. It's downloading here. And also you can take it for WinZip MSI package. WinZip MSI. .exe. Okay, see this one of the WinZip command line interface, right? MSI. Okay, take this. Okay, 2 MSI files you have done it. So nowadays it is not recommended to install the big size file installing by using policy. One is limitation, but it will take a longer time and it will be because since you are doing the group policy versus sysfile folder, it will be in a busy. So when your sysfile folder is busy, your active directory replications might be impact. Okay, so you can extract this. Extract here. Okay, this is just go to the properties. You should see the extension is the MSI. Right? See this MSI. Take example. So copy this in one of the folder. Software installation. You can use it somewhere in temporary folder. Okay. WinZip. You can paste it. So you need to share this folder, right? And this software installation can be done by using user configuration and computer configuration. When you talk about computer configuration, there is no user intervention. It will automatically installed.
Sir,
here-
where we need to store these files, sir?
One of the location you can store it. I just copied into my domain controller in C:temp. But in a production, you should have some separate file share path, right? Where you want it all the software installation folder, MSI package. You need to keep on share path.
Okay.
Okay. For the user configuration, it will be user intervention. After user logged in, and it will popping up. So do you want to set up this file? Then when user click it, that will be going to next and finish it. User has to be there for the installation point of. So when you go to the group policy setting, when you create a group policy, create a group policy, new, you can say WinZip software installation. Okay. Click OK. So you need to share that folder. It's a wait for the copying this. Getting late, everyone? No, right? You finished your dinner or not?
No, sir, not yet.
I haven't had my dinner yet.
Oh my God. So you guys are scolding, right? You're feeling hungry, I believe.
Yeah, like right.
I know. So give me a minute. Yes. Kiran, I'll take that looping statement. Looping you asked, right? I'll take you next week. Okay.
Yeah, look back. Yeah,
Go back.
no
Sorry.
problem.
So yeah. So I quickly finish this and we'll wind up. Okay. This WinZip, what we need to do, right click and properties, share this folder, advanced sharing. You can just click it, permission, okay, click OK. So you can just talk this copy. Okay. And always you need to take this whenever you want to do this, group policy managing, give the full path. Slash should give this complete path till MSI. Okay, copy this and go to the policy. You have just created empty policy software installation. Right click, edit, edit. Okay, go to the computer configuration, policies, software setting, software installation. Now right click here, a new package. You would give this path. Okay, don't give the local path, give the path here. Okay, give this path. Click open. Right here it's asking you assign an advanced. Now if you use this advanced, the select these options for the configure, published and assigned options, and to apply the modification a package. Later you want to modification, you can do it, but you don't want to do that, you can use it assigned. Okay, without modification. Click OK. Nowadays all is handled by SSM for the deployment part. Okay, but no one will be using as of now. From last 4 years 5 years I have not seen that is in some major cases to look into that is installation part from not from the group policy. Okay, see this, it is path. Right now what you need to do, right click here, go to the, you have already assigned it, right? Go to the properties, you have assigned it. What do you mean by assigned here? Without any modification is going to deploy it. Okay, assigned it. It is going to auto install these applications by the extension activation. Right now what you want to do after this, close this, exit, and this since is a computer configuration, what I need to do, you wanted to do all the machines, then you can go and link existing policy for the domain and just do it this. Since your policy linked to the domain, every domain control should be get updated. Run GP update force. And go back and see this, any of the domain controller, any of the computer, you should be able to see this policy get installed, which is WinZip just get installed. Right? You can see the log off and login. It would require reboot for the computer configuration, but let's see this getting updated or not. VLR underscore HR underscore 001. Since it is in computer configuration, no matter which user is going to log in, but policy should be get applied for the computer. Now you can see this, go back to the appwsz.cpl, which you can computer. Oh, it is restricted, right? Not restricted, no, yes, it is already appwsz.cpl. Why? Because due to restriction effect, because your policy applied, right?
I think we have applied the restrictions on control panel.
Sorry.
Sir, I believe we removed the policy, right?
We have
Right.
applied the restrictions on control panel.
Right, but one of the policy I have linked here, right? See this? I linked in directly OU, correct? But we have created this for WMA filter, right?
Data filtering is not there, so that is
See, no, it is there here. It should not be now actually, right? So remove this. Okay. Don't need it. Unlink this policy. Okay, let's reboot this machine once. Okay, since its computer policy has been created, reboot this once. Okay, you can do it this way. Client machine.
So I'm using the PowerShell script to fetch the AD groups from the users.
Sorry, what is that?
We are using the PowerShell script in our environment to fetch the AD groups from the user.
Fetch the AD group. Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and to fetch the users from the AD group as well. So we are
Okay.
using the code script.
Yes.
So,
Get
but
AD group
we,
member.
yeah, so but we only know these two basic scripts only.
Only we know what?
Only know that these two scripts only. Yeah.
Okay. How about others? I mean, other things. Many things are there, na group policy.
Yes, yes, yes. Exactly.
No, it's very basic. AD group member grouping is
Yes,
very basic.
correct.
But
Correct.
we have a lot of things. We are managing many things from the group policy,
Yes.
right? Talk about automation, right? Automation has leading the entire infra IT level.
Yeah, our project will be going on automation from the next
Very
month.
good, very good. Then you join the PowerShell, sir.
Yes, yes, I am planning for running PowerShell as well.
Azad, its batch has
Yes,
started
Asad.
already. If you want, you can join it.
Okay. Actually, I am waiting for this batch. Let the winter
Okay,
come.
okay. Let's
Yeah.
complete this. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
No problem. So
And
let's
actually, I'm also planning for VMware also.
please, sir. Please. So we have to have a knowledge on for see that in this batch over there, you should have a knowledge on what I would recommend you to learn for all Windows
Yes.
Server. Any learning for this Windows AD, you
Actually,
should
sir,
have knowledge on Azure.
my domain is Wintel and VMware.
That's fine. You are in Windows and VMware also. It's additional. Okay,
Yeah.
VMware. But these three are more relevant one. Everyone should have this knowledge. I would suggest. You will be in a full package. Then you should go with some DevOps, your career point of view. Then you can learn from some automation tool called Ansible. Okay, Jenkins. For these are all tools you should be learn with this. You wanted to have a more package of 40 lakh, then you have to keep learning. 50 lakh, keep learning. 1 crore, keep learning. On site, keep learning. Simple, right? This is actually IT leading this role because nowadays automation, you know that already that AI is come into the IT, right? People are looking for the more multiple skill level. Now it's gone for server administrator, storage administrator, database administrator. Those roles are gone. We should be having this because now leading this Azure and PowerShell. For Azure, we should aware about the fundamental part, infrastructure, all. right? I'm the same platform. I'm the same platform. That's what I'm telling you guys. So, right, and also the important, how much year you experience you have. 10 years of experience. It should not, when you're getting the 5 to 6 lakh, no, not good package. If you have 10 years of experience, should be at least minimum your package should be 15 lakh plus. This is how we need to plan it, right? There's no limit for the reaching in a extra, but there is a, should not be more gap on this.
Yeah. Oh,
No.
sir, can we crack the L2 level of interview by taking this training?
Sorry, what is that?
Can we crack the L2 level of interview by
Yeah,
taking this training?
100%.
Okay.
And now, whatever we talk about, not only L2, sir, you will be cracked for the L3 level also.
Actually, they are
L3
asking
as well.
for,
Yeah.
yeah. The point is that they'll start asking the scenario-based questions
That is what
related to.
you need to, that confident most important, right? You should tell for the design, you should prepare with the 10 to 15 use cases. The first question, when I was in interview, right? I'll ask question first. What is your day-to-day activity? If you
So
does not
can
have experience, you will fail there only in a explaining.
so yes, can we get those questions in this training as well?
You will get it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. So let's see this. That is the main goal, right? You should have a confidence. You can tell during interview, I've done this last 6 months, last 3 months, we were doing blah blah blah. You should tell that. He should come to the question. First two, three questions you should be confidently answer. How you involved in a recently? Have you involved recently for any critical activity? Have you fixed that is and have you involved in a P1, P2? You should tell yes, yes, I was a part of team member. I am the only person doing. You have to do all tackle during that. Show them you can do it confident. Now when you come to the common questions for okay, tell me how the applications work. Tell me the what is the GPU, how you can do it. You just imagine your entire your lab, what you did it. That's all, right? You can tell them these are all we got the implementation for implement for the software installation, or we got to know that is called the administrative template, right, which we were not implemented in centrally. So I have identified and I have informed to the management, now we implemented for this policy definitely centrally. Tell them these all these things. So this conversation make people you have knowledge in this, right? And we have created a lot of policies and all BLR underscore IT underscore 00. All relevant only I'm explaining, right? It is not only just basic things we're not explaining. All aspect, right? And sometime we got the opportunity to that they have asked for some reporting in PowerShell. I know some basic knowledge on PowerShell also. I did it. I worked on this. Tell them these are all, right? So now just see this. The software installer not will wind up today. I'm sure, guys. Don't worry. Everyone get job. Trust me. Last 8 to 9 years, I'm taking training, and whoever is complete the training from my end, everyone are got the job. Almost everyone. They are pinging after the class, after the completion training. Sir, we got the job. Thank you so much for your support. And next you was right. So this is not showing as installed, right? I don't know that what is software it is, but this is the same method. It should give the same.
Install a program from the network. Can we use this function?
Install what is that?
Install a program from the network. Like it is on the top in the control panel. From the network, yeah. On the left hand side.
From the network, right? Here.
Yes. On the left hand side, the last option. Yes.
Here. Yeah, it is not there here. It should show now usually actually, but it is not there.
Yeah. Yeah,
So it should
something
be
goes
able
wrong.
to. Okay, we have linked this policy, right? Let's see it says published or not. Anyway, but the same steps, okay, you can just try with in your lab, right? The same steps you need to go there and the software installation. Where is this? In this, right click, edit. So I have not explained because since you asked, I have explained it, but it is not using as of now currently,
Yes, this
right?
is depreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah. SCCM are
Ah,
using.
right. So you can see this. Redeploy this application. Say yes. Okay,
Yeah.
that's all, guys. We will see this later. If it's there, then I'll show you later. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So we'll talk about tomorrow infrastructure point of again FSMO. I mean, not tomorrow, next week. Other topic DSCP, DNS. Other topic we'll discuss. Okay. Keep learning, and don't stop until you get a your dream job and dream package.
Yes.
Okay. Spending time is most important. Every day, at least 1 or 2 hours you have to spend for this. This IT field is like that only. You not keep
Yeah, right. You have to
keep
invest
update.
your time.
Right. Good guys. Thank you so much. So let's meet up
Yeah.
next week. Okay. Take care.
Yeah. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.